Hey everyone, this is Manly Badass Hero and welcome to Bring Me That Shawarma, which is a horror game where you're a shawarma delivery courier, and at some point, horror things happen, because it's a horror game. Finally, the first order after 4 grueling hours. But my time is over soon. I'd much rather just sit till the end. Unfortunately for me, now I have to go somewhere for an order. What's wrong with this life? I've been working properly for a year and always doing my best, but in the end, no orders, no money, and clients complain all the time. Heh heh. What's the point of this courier rating if there aren't many orders anyway? Flexible work schedule, high income, bonuses, and discounts in restaurants. Sounds like a dream job. Bullshit, I don't even have money for rent. And the problem with clients is more absurd than after the other. The navigator can't find the right house, or the customer cancels the order when I'm already halfway there. People act like they don't want the food at all. Food couriers now have to comment in the comments of this video. Tell me your stories. Recently I made a delivery to an upscale neighborhood. At the entrance I met the concierge, but she didn't want to let me in. I immediately called the customer and he flatly refused to come get the food himself. Our company's support service was no help to me either. From the beginning I didn't like the concierge. She looked like she'd been patient in the nut house who was released yesterday. Not to mention her eyes were sly, like the damn bald dude who put dill in my shawarma once. She had clearly gathered all the wisdom of this life, rolled a joint out of it, and smoked cheekily in the face of anyone who had the audacity to cross her path. I couldn't and didn't want to trust her, but I had no choice. I couldn't think of anything better than to bribe and ask her to deliver the order to the customer. Of course she kept both the money and the food, so I got fined. But in this case, the customer's behavior and complaint could still somehow be understandable. Once, the restaurant forgot to put napkins in the bag, and so the customer complained to the support that I had stolen them. What was a clown? Genius, there's nothing more to say. The jerk-off could have checked the receipt and asked me, so there are always a couple tissues in my pockets. As you've already understood, the courier is always to blame. Of course, the strongest foundations of success are built from the stones thrown at you, but my nerves seem to give up before they are built. This time I was lucky and everything went without incident, but in the end I'm still not particularly happy about it. It feels like I'm earning less and less every day. What's next? Will they stop giving me shifts? I think it's time to consider changing jobs. As a last resort, I could try to get a position at a newly opened vape shop. 19 minutes till the end of my shift. I might as well start walking slowly towards home. What's this? An order of 20 shawarma and 1 as a gift. 1 as a gift. That is a total of 21. 21 for some reason. 21 is my lucky number. The stars have aligned. This is clearly a sign. A sign that it's too early to leave this job. Now you should quit. After accepting the order, I went to the shawarma restaurant to pick up the food. Rot Grill Bar? I finally arrived. Rot Bar, typical Oleg. How is the large shawarma order coming along? Half of it is already done. The rest will take another 15 minutes. What's the horror twist this can be? Like, is it going to be a prank order or something weird? The order is pretty big, so no wonder it's not ready yet. I might as well order a coffee and talk to the cashier. I've always wondered why the sign changed the grill to, rot. It's a long story. It's not like I'm in a hurry. Fine, then listen. Stay a while and listen. There once was a businessman named Oleg. He didn't care what he's invested in his dough, and as long as his Oleg was in the name. That's how this place came to be. At first everything was fine, but over time the management began to save on ingredients and the quality of the shawarma deteriorated. An act of rebellion was staged by school children, wait what? Who constantly kept correcting the word grill to rot on the sign. The phrase "I loved you, Oleg" has become a local meme. So the quality of the shawarma here is so-so. Yep, but I didn't tell you that. But who would want to order so much shawarma from so far away? Surely there are better shawarma restaurants in that area. And what kind of address is this? I've never been there before. Where exactly did the order come from? Oh god. Nizhny Podzuk Street. Maybe. It's a shot in the dark. Instead of the cashier's voice, I heard a different one from somewhere behind me. When I turned around, I couldn't immediately see the person who was talking to me. This person apparently is, dead inside of a crossed out A. Or they're just dead. Yeah, just... Maybe they're trying to, like, spell dad and they crossed out the wrong letter. Hey kid, it's a very dangerous neighborhood. You should stay out of it. What's wrong there? Real evil has taken up residence there. Perhaps you could say a resident evil. 2. What do you mean? Reptiloids had their eyes on this place a long time ago. Oh, lizard people. I know this since I lived nearby. And all sort of strange animal behavior in those damn magnetic storms. The sun was in an every 11 years active phase, and those damn aliens heard every word I said. How are these things related? Why does that do with shawarma? You don't know such simple things, little kids. Listen here. On days like this, when you say something, solar wind picks up your words and converts them to vibrations of torsion fields. The alien tentacles pick up these vibrations. But you said they're reptilioids. Where do they get tentacles? And in general, torsional fields are complete nonsense. Live longer than me and you'll understand this world's more complicated than running around with your orders, young scumbag kid. Don't tell me what to do, granddad. I noticed an ominous glint under his hat. Oh no, it looks like you pissed him off. What makes you think that? If his artificial eye comes out of his socket, it's not good. It's said that in intense arguments it flies out. It even can even cause a wound like a bullet. What are you whistling about, Greens? Where is this world headed if young people have a soap bomb of shawarma instead of brains? Wants to see a dog around dance, you know what Granddad was talking about. Look, I graduated. Order for 21 shawarmas ready. Thank you, beautiful, but kind of weird, cashier. You rescued me in time. 21? Having a party, man. I know what I'm talking about. Shawarma's very popular with them. It's all they eat. It's like nutrition bars. Listen to me. Drop everything. Run away while I'm still alive. In my haste, I packed the order into my bag. All that shawarma fit in the backpack except for one. What to do? Tap it down a little more. No, it's already... Uh-oh. We're gonna lose our lucky number. No, it's already full, and if I press down any harder, the shawarma's bottom will burst. Since there was no free space in the backpack, I just put the last one in the pocket of my jacket. It wasn't deep, which made the shawarma stick out of it halfway. I hope I don't lose it somewhere along the way. I hurried to the exit while the old man kept talking. Ugh, the shawarma flopped from my pocket into the floor, so I stopped to pick it up. Look, you're gonna bring it off and run into clutches. You ready to betray the human race? I'm so sick of this dude. Suddenly pick up the shawarma or show Granddad where the monkeys spend the winter? The old man is too annoying with his buzzing about conspiracy theories, but responding rudely to him was a bad decision. Roman is now one of the ingredients for the shawarma in this bar. Wait, what? We died? Dead end. That's why you don't mess with old people. Could be a secret badass. Suddenly pick up the shawarma. Don't notice the old man's mistake. It's useless to replant an old tree. Guided by the simple truth, I ignored the old man and just walked away. On the way, I kept thinking about what he had said. Not that those words made an impression on me, but I also noticed that strange things were happening around me as of late. There was a story on TV. I don't really watch it much, but sometimes I turn it on in the background while I'm playing FGO. There's always some conspiracy nonsense on, and I usually don't get into what's been playing. But that time, the absurdity of the story caught my attention. There was a report about a girl who had her shawarma stolen right out of her hands by aliens. What is wrong with this world? She was walking in the park one evening, enjoying her meal, when suddenly they, flying overhead, took the shawarma with their light beam. This is clearly their highest priority, by the way. Bullshit. Does anyone really believe what was shown on that channel? But after today, I can guess who does. That story isn't too concerning, but the distorted screams that sometimes come from the alleys at night, I don't even know how to describe them. It's like someone is shouting, "Oh God, ooh, ow." More likely yelling at different keys, and it gets interrupted. Its fragments are looped, rewound, and distorted, just like in some game with a lot of bugs, like an EA game. It makes me wonder if our world is just a matrix, but I reassure myself that maybe it's just some wandering DJs having fun. Oh yes, the night alley wandering DJs, playing those fat beats, and doubting my own reality goes against my beliefs. But that's not all the weirdness I've noticed. I live on the first floor, and I'm used to having people hanging around under my windows all the time. Wait, what? Wait, no, it's just an old woman. Not quite nothing to fear, but it's cool. Every Tuesday from 4 to 6 in the afternoon, a pensioner at my apartment complex stares through the window. At first it annoyed me, but then I decided to look at the situation as it befits me from a philosophical point of view. After all, what do I care about this harmless old lady? If she doesn't bother me, let her do what she wants. No. But 2 weeks ago I noticed something strange. She always stood practically motionless, but this time her stillness was too unnatural. There was something strange, even frightening about her appearance. I still saw the same pensioner in front of me, but all my senses were screaming that something was wrong. Exhausted by uncertainty, I went outside and approached her. Everything in me froze with shock when I was close enough to see properly. I discovered that the cardboard cutout was standing instead of a... Whoa, that actually is kind of creepy. A cardboard cutout was standing instead of a real person. What the hell is going on? Who did this? Why? These questions worry me to this day. So what, she got replaced? But next week the original pensioner returned, and I could breathe a sigh of relief. But wait till you hear this plot twist. After return, pigeons began to spin in strange circles, like the witch rings that some mushrooms form. And some of the neighbors suddenly turned white. Soon they were all taken away by the riot police, both pigeons and neighbors. It's very strange, isn't it? Another incident happened on the train while I was going to another city for a meeting of Dig Dug online fans. Is this supposed to be like Minecraft? But it says online, so it's like... Then I had a strange dream that seemed more of reality. I dreamt that I was going to a dining car to get something to eat in the middle of the night. I was separated from it by a single carriage, in which an hour ago many people were sitting, but now it was completely empty, although there was no stops to unload them. I think this is a horror movie reference right here. I'm trying to think which one it is. It puzzled me, but I was more glad that the other people's feet weren't sticking out in the aisle. But when I reached the dining car, the situation took a surreal turn. No, never mind. No, I was thinking of a different movie than this. Instead of people, creatures of an unknown species resembling multicolored octopuses were sat everywhere. The tentacles wriggled, making clicking and crackling noises. It was as though they were communicating. They communicated exactly until they noticed me. They froze momentarily, and their eyes with vertical pupils stared at me. Many, many eyes. My mind became clouded, and I don't remember how the dream ended. Apparently I live in the Men in Black universe. I woke up and didn't sleep a wink the rest of the way, let alone left my seat. And the moon. It's been brighter than usual. What if Granddad is right? What if there really is something sinister going on in this city? About shawarma. Reptilioids. Aliens. It's hard to believe such things, but I can't ignore all the strange occurrences around me. What should I do? A shawarma fell out of my pocket. We need to stop dropping the shawarma! I wooze. Just as I picked it up, I suddenly noticed stray dogs. Oh god, it's like Goosebumps at the opening. They're looking up right at me, rather at the shawarma. Damn it. I jumped on my bike and sprint forward while the dogs rushed after me. Despite the fact that I was pedaling as hard as I could, the cute yet scary-looking mutts didn't think to lag behind. I could keep going at this speed for a long time, but there's a problem. The shawarma keeps falling out. Oh god. This is just like embarrassing. This is a sitcom at this point. The hungry dogs began to close the gap. One of them kept trying to catch a shawarma in his salivating jaw. Get off me! I was ready to fight to the end. But I was far from being superhuman, and after a while my legs were ready to fall off. It seemed that nothing could save me, when suddenly... a flock of pigeons flew at the door. Oh my god, what is going... what? Oh, well thank you, murder pigeons. A flock of pigeons flew at the dogs.
Fight.
Yeah, I think this is a comedy. There was like a hint of like actual horror there for a bit. It was like, the pigeons the dogs are fighting, that's a comedy. There were so many pigeons that flea-ridden canines had to retreat. I didn't tempt fate to shake each pigeon's shriveled little leg and fangs, and instead hurried out of here. What the hell was that? Why did the pigeons suddenly attack the dogs? I think we are in a Goosebumps kind of situation. Like Erie, Indiana, Goosebumps, that kind of stuff. Where the area is just weird. There's just like stuff that goes down. Maybe they just got tired of the loud barking that echoed throughout the neighborhood. Who the hell knows? Shit. But what about the shawarma? It's still here. Only by some miracle it didn't fall out of my pocket. Again. The chase took too much energy. It would be nice to have something to eat. Eat the shawarma. Won't we get fired? I looked at the shawarma. Even though it was all crumpled and the sauce was leaking in places, I still had a desire to eat it. I have no choice. After all, there's 20 more left. When the customer notices it's missing, I'll be far away. I unpacked the shawarma and took a bite. Instead of the usual stuffing, something dark and incomprehensible was looking at me from inside. This is a bizarre story. This is truly a bizarre adventure. Jojo. It was staring. 2 orange eyes and a small blue head. What the hell? Instead of shawarma, I had a pigeon wrapped in pita bread. The bird broke free and flew away as the pita fell to the ground. My whole life and universe flew before my eyes along with that pigeon. The words of the old lunatic from the bar began to echo in my head. How could I be so blind? After that, there was no doubt. I had to escape. Is this the good ending? It doesn't matter where. Just as long as it's far away from here. To Siberia! In half an hour, I was already at the border of Samara. The road ahead was not an easy one. The shawarmas in my bag usually last me a long time. Aren't they pigeons, though? And by the time it's over, I'll be safe. The finest thing I'll need is that granddad's number. He may be my only ally in this crazy world. The end. No, that was the good ending! Yeah, so attempt to eat the shawarma. Good ending. So don't do that. No, I can't. It's part of the customer's order. Here's the house I need to deliver food to. It felt like it took forever to get here. Small victories add color to life, and the feeling of imminent success even made me forget about the pain in my legs for a while. The place is terrible. Even with a navigator, it is quite difficult to find it. The yard is a real garbage dump, not to mention the building looks like it's about to collapse. Of course, the shawarma fell in my pocket again. God, this place made me feel uncomfortable. In tense moments, it usually helps me to chat with others. I'm actually quite an outgoing person. You get a lot of interesting ideas from talking to people. And extraordinary people have always inspired me. It's a random conversation. With that granddad, we could have had interesting dialogue. If I had more time and he had less impertinence. So now I decided to look around for someone to talk to. If there are any people here, of course. Oh, there's a pretty girl out for a smoke. At least something around here is normal. I think I'll talk to her while I have time. Are you a lizard? Hey. Hi. Don't many people live here? It's only at first glance. Huh, maybe. I got a very large order for shawarma. You need to get this to apartment 17, don't you? Yes. You're out of luck. Why is that? I've been watching this gang for months now, and I can say with absolute certainty that something is wrong with them. Ever since they settled here, pigeons have been flying around the place. Some white substance is constantly spilled near the door, and then there was some unearthly mantras heard from toilets every night. I wake up every now and then because of the strange yelling. As that's not all. It would take more than an hour to tell you about the strange things that happen here. I see. It all sounds scary, and those weird yells. On the other hand, maybe she's exaggerating and she just has nosy neighbors that she's sick of. Maybe that's why she makes them out to be crazy. You may not believe me, But if you go there, I can't guarantee you'll make it out alive. A job is a job, and I have to do it. Gotta do my food courier service. Need them 5 stars. I don't believe in what I'm saying anymore. Then come on in. I'm just about done. Done with what? The girl threw out her finished cigarette and we went to the building together. I live on the 4th floor, unlucky, and you have to go to the 5th. Suddenly a line of stairwell went out. How often does this happen here? Not often, but usually after the obscurity of the neighbors had reached an extraordinary level. Still sure you want to go there? We reached the 4th floor. The girl stopped and looked at me expectantly. Hell, what if all these rumors are true? Granddad's words, the strangest stories, and then all the things I saw with my own eyes. What if I really do fall into some creepy trap? Wouldn't it be better to leave before it's too late? Go of stranger. You're right. Something bad is going on here. I'm gonna get out of here while I still have my legs. I turned around to leave, but the slam of the entryway door made me freeze in place. Oh no. There were 2 pairs of footsteps on the stairs. The unknown persons were talking. The only word I could make out was shawarma. Damn, you're too late. It's one of their gang. What do I do? You can hide in my place. Hurry up. Is this a trap? We went to the apartment, and the girl immediately closed the door, securing each lock one by one. Lena. Roman. Circumstances are strange, but nice to meet you. Huh, the same. We're gonna die. We took off our shoes, threw off our jackets, and went to the kitchen. Elena was hospitable and immediately made us tea. How long do we have to sit here? There was a noise coming from above, as if a crowd of people were dancing right over our heads. Along with the stomping, there were chants that grew quieter and then turned into an outright yell. Now I understood what that girl was talking about. Till the morning, most likely. But if things go wrong with this supply of shawarma, we could be here for a long time. I laughed. Despite everything, I felt safe now. So tell me about yourself before I murder you. Where to start? I studied to be a philosopher, and then I went to work as a courier. It may not sound very cool, but it was only for a while. Oh, I even started writing a book. So far it's mostly notes on my phone, but still. While I was talking, I looked around. The kitchen was quite cozy, despite the slight clutter. There was a pizza box next to the sink, and there was tea bags and a few candles scattered on the table. Among the flower pots on the windowsill, there was some package of pills, a roll of rope, a whip, and a... Uh-oh. No! 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 The girl I was talking to realized it was her turn to tell me about herself. Strange rumors in this building are not just about my neighbors. She smiled slightly, and I felt uncomfortable. What a mess I'm in. I don't know what's worse. Getting caught by cultists or a crazy anime fan? No! Not the anime! There was a heaviness all over my body. I tried to get up, but my arms and legs wouldn't listen to me anymore. I looked at the cup. Now I realized what a strange taste the tea had. I just wanted to deliver food! Oh. Somewhere in the hallway, the shawarma from my jacket laid pathetically. Damn, how dizzy. I watched helplessly as Lena took off my shirt and began to tie my body with rope. She kept saying something, but I wasn't listening anymore. The dancing and mantras of the neighbors, meanwhile, had reached their peak. They're totally freaking out in there. I felt like the ceiling was about to collapse on our heads. They're really going wild today. Even the walls are wobbly. This was really happening. The whole house was groaning and shaking, the pipes howling like a pack of dogs chasing shawarma. Great, I'm double trapped, and all I can do is watch. Oh, what's that? Is there really some kind of wet liquid coming out of the pipes? Judging by the sounds, the neighbors began to panic. They then stopped tying me up, right, and turned their attention to the increasing flood. Crap, they pumped that shit all over the place. The pipes finally burst, the white substance gushing out of all the cracks and crevices that rapidly covered the walls. The wild thundering sound made my ears prick up. Before the building collapsed, I managed to look out the window. A huge yellow moon was shining in the ominous red sky. That was a weird ending. Alright, complete the order. Gotta do our job. I feel like that's the only way we can, like, truly survive. I don't think trusting her is a good idea, you anime. What she said sounded more like a ravings of a crazy person. Besides, I absolutely have to complete this order. After all, it could prove fateful. Not to mention the big fine if I don't do it. A job is a job. And then come all this way for nothing. As you wish. The strangers disappeared behind the door, and I went up to the next floor. I reached the right apartment. Well, this story is finally coming to a close. The door was opened by a girl. Yes? I couldn't help but notice what was going on behind her. People were looking out from around corners of interest, coming closer, looking at me with a kind of predatory curiosity. How many of them are there? Here's your order? She gave me a very strange look and then yelled, "Guys, dinner's here!" Someone's strong hand grabbed me and pulled me inside. The door slammed shut. Only a lonely, wrinkled shawarma was left lying on the doorstep. Dead end. Man, there's pretty much all these endings are bad. Oh yeah, so we were the dinner in the end. What? So I guess that's it for Bring Me That Shawarma. That was a bizarre story. Like, I'm gonna go with what I was saying, where I think it's a Goosebumps kind of situation. Or Erie, Indiana, or that kind of thing. Where this is just a bizarre town, right? It's just, there's all sorts of supernatural stuff going on. It's not just aliens or lizard people or this or that. There's just so many weird things going on. And that's why you like, the one only ending you really live in is when you like leave town. Clearly this was partially a comedic story. I mean, we had like the fight, and then they like the pigeons and the dogs and all sorts of little things coming and going. But then sometimes it took itself serious, and like I'm like, where does like the comedy part and like the non-comedy part begin and ends? Because it was just kind of like going all over the place. That's why I said it was a bizarre story, unique in that sense of I don't think you'll ever like play a horror visual novel about shawarma ever again. Maybe. You never know. We'll see. But yeah, interesting experience. Anyway, so if you don't want to play Bring Me That Shawarma, I'll see you guys later, and take it easy.